Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just diving into Win. Once again, thank you for the continued support across the channel. Really do appreciate all the support and the nice comments that we get across the channel. It's great to see that we're helping people and educating people in the space as well. And what we do in this channel, we give you key levels of support and resistance, and we can show you where, prices potentially top out and fall back to. Not many channels are actually doing that. They're just saying that, Win's going to $100 a token and people are putting their life savings in it and stuff like that. But we just bring the level of awareness, and always obviously trade with caution, and you always be aware that things do correct. And basically, we're not blowing our own trumpet, but we did say here yesterday in the video, you're getting a bit of overextended. You are potentially looking at this consolidation level here. Well, in fact, just here, I did say to you yesterday, you got this bear pennant going on here, yeah? Yesterday, I made the video around about there, okay? 9 o'clock in the morning, just there. And I did say that, you're potentially looking at a bit of a bear pennant and a bear flag, and you're basically coming down, and you may see one extra leg up, but that leg may potentially be the last leg, okay? And the reason that I think that might be true, okay, is because the charts do not lie for one, okay? You always want to see this rolling a little bit. You see that? Because yesterday this was going vertical. This is a 4-hourly time frame, okay? So this was sort of going up like that. When that starts to go up, you don't want to see that. You don't want to be buying into anything that's doing that, okay? Because that means that the blow off top's greater. I've told you that. So basically, you're starting to see a little bit of curl on that now, and that's always indicative of sort of doing something like this, okay? Which means that the price is sort of going to hit a level of consolidation. It might not necessarily get to it, but you do want to see this sort of EMA curl a little bit, because it just means it's something like this, okay? You see where it's gone up, made that high, it's sort of come back down, correct a little bit, just level of consolidation, got a beautiful little kiss off this EMA there, this yellow line. This is a 20 EMA on the 4-hourly time frame. You got that little kiss there, got that refueling of the rocket ships, and look what it did to the price, okay? It's just saying, okay, well, let's just test some level of support. Are we going to fall through it? Because if we fall through it, then this move is just like hype, FOMO, and there's no substance behind it. We're just back testing a bit of support before we move on, and that is basically common sense. It's common sense to see that, okay? So that's what we were targeting the channel, and it has happened, okay? We have it a plateau there. You actually did top out at roughly .25, that sort of area. Now what we were anticipating is if this previous swing high here, just there, would be a base level of support, because what happens is, just like we outlined in yesterday's video, so going across just there, you can see, look, if effectively this one went up there and it fell back and it formed a swing low, so you drop your base in there, and you can see the swing low was this previous swing high. Again, it sort of went up, it lost itself a bit there but got brought back up. But when this went up, it formed a swing high, and then the swing low, you can see roughly around about there, you can see it sort of rested on that previous high there, and that's basically how it works. It goes up and back tests the previous high as support. So you can see that this particular move here, this is this swing high, okay? So that's that swing high there, and realistically, for a perfectly healthy chart, you want to see it go up, okay, come back down and rest on the previous high as support before marching onwards and upwards. So you can see straight away that this massive hit, these are called impulsive moves, okay, impulsive waves. You can see that it's big monstrous impulsive wave, okay, and it fell back on a key level of support, which is that bottom there, right, which is nothing. It's nothing. It's thin air. There's nothing there, okay. So that shows you that it was a massive monstrous move, and in fact relatively overextended, okay. And you can see that basically just from looking at it. Look, correction, you see how the impulsive moves are getting shorter and shorter, okay, and that's always indicative of a reversal. Not necessarily a reversal, just sort of hitting a stop point where you're just going to slow down a bit and allow this yellow line, this EMA, to sort of come back up, potentially get a retest off it before refueling the rocket ship. So all it is just applying a little bit of common sense. So you can see that big impulsive wave there was 173%. Then you can see that big impulsive wave there was 120%. And then you can see the next impulsive wave off that bottom there, that was 60%. So you can see each time the impulsive wave is depreciating, okay? So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out to see that this move is slowing down. Okay, so that's why we gave you that top, and why we said that you may look at that potential one leg up, but it won't be as great as the previous one, and you sort of hit a top and start to slow down and come back on yourself. Now, a healthy thing here would be, because you can see right now, like I said to you, you go up, swing high, swing low, rest on the previous high, swing high, swing low, rest on the previous high. You can see this entire move wasn't relatively healthy, okay? So it was just a little bit over extinguished. So it's basically FOMO, okay, driving the markets up. Now, right now, you can see that what this is doing, actually, just here, this impulsive move where it's gone up like that, okay, and it's corrected, you can see that this here did not rest on this previous swing high. It rested just a little bit above it. So now your swing low has actually creeped up a little bit. So this is your potential swing low, okay, where it's swing load on there, and it was thin air again. So again, it's extended. Do you see that? So what you've done now, because you're running out of room, you're actually falling below the previous swing high, and that's your previous swing high just there, okay? So it went up like that and it corrected, found a base before marching on another impulsive move. You've gone up and you've actually fallen through the previous swing high. So that is indicative of a running out of steam. Okay, so it is really that simple. So unless you can see, and this is what we do in the channel, we're fully transparent with you, okay? We'll always tell you what we see. We won't feed you no bullshit. Move that down a little bit, okay? It's just basic charting 101, and it's really easy to see once you get into it. So at the minute you've gone up, you've made that swing high, okay? And theoretically what you should have done, you should have smashed that swing high, gone up here, come back down and rested on it, okay? In a nice, healthy upwards trend. And you can see that what you've done is actually gone through it, but now you've fallen through it, and now you're hitting it as a level of resistance. Do you see that level there? That level there is the previous swing high. You're hitting it as a level of resistance. So now you're running into resistance, okay? You're running into key resistance and you are being rejected by it. So that tells me that potentially you could see win, fall down a little bit more, okay, and rest on the previous swing low. Not financial advice, but that may be where your swing low is in this move, and that would be a fantastic entry opportunity in my opinion. And also, if you look closely, look where the EMA is, okay? So if win, not financial advice, this is just something that you target for entry points and support levels and resistance. So if win was to start to come down more, okay, it looked bad, okay, it would look bad, and you'd be like, oh no, it's collapsing. But no, I would expect it to have a perfectly healthy retest off this EMA, and that is what you want to see. And I always tell people as well, I always advise people to say, when should I get in? And you know, and this sort of thing. I don't give financial advice, but you know, if you're looking to get into a project, if you're really happy with a project and you think it's going to the moon and you want to get involved, then always look for the 4-hour EMA retest as a great entry point and an uptrend. Because what an entry point that would have been. What an entry point that would have been. You know, what an entry point that would have been. What an entry point that would have been. You know, if you're buying up here, they're not necessarily good entry points, okay? That would have been a relatively decent entry point. For wait for the EMA to creep up just there. Relatively decent. But again, you may have a really good opportunity here that it comes back down and retests this 4 EMA. This may be a fantastic opportunity because at the minute you can see what it's doing. Okay, as it's trying to pump back up, it's hitting its head on something, and that something is the previous swing high, and that is a confirmation, really, a confluence of the fact that, you know, it's struggling to get past that previous swing high. So therefore, this move is starting to break down a little bit. It might not do, you know, it might just get through that, and I would be targeting that because if it does get through that, okay, if you do see yourself get through that, then you're going to pump and you're going to take out this high as a target, make a new high, and then you'll be forming a swing low on this swing high. Do you see that? So effectively, this could happen where you get through, break through, smash, back test the support, because you want to see yourself get through these levels and then back test the support. Don't forget, this is the 4-hourly time frame, okay? So you're going to get through, back test the support, march on, take out this high, and I almost guarantee to you that when it goes up, it will come back down and it will have to swing low, and that would be a fantastic entry, okay, if you was to miss out up here. Okay, if you was looking at it, it was up here and you think, oh no, I've missed out, because it did bolt through and it went through, you know, of confirmation, and it would sort of come back down and swing low on this previous swing high, and that's basically how it works. Okay, so that's win at the moment. You know, I don't necessarily like to tell people what to do. It's not financial advice and all that, but I'll just say what I see at the moment. It's hitting its head on that key level of resistance, which is the previous swing high. You can see that. You can see it start to break down a little bit. The move looks relatively extinguished, okay, and that's given by the fact that you've got the big impulsive move, and we've just gone through that big move there, that sort of less move, and then you can see the moves running out of steam. So effectively, you're looking at this level, this EMA, this yellow line coming up and back testing its support before marching on. So yeah, you know, that's all I'm trying to do in the space, is just educate people and say, you know, don't necessarily FOMO into these projects that are going up vertical, because they always come back to a key level of support. Because if they keep going up too vertical, when they come back down, they fall through the support, okay? And that's when you go bearish. That's when you're looking at a larger correction on the grand scheme of things. You do always want to see it come back down to the EMAs, especially on the 4-hourly time frame there. And you know, if you're super bullish for it, just re-entry there is a good place to get involved. So do keep an eye on that level. I'm just going to drop that level in for you now, so you can keep an eye on it. That particular level is just there because you can see what it's doing. Look, it's bashing it. It's having a go. It's trying to get, whilst I'm recording this, you can see it's having a go, trying to get through that previous high. And you know, if it does get through that high, you may be off to the races, and you may be looking at that extra impulsive move, okay, for win. And I hope it does. I hope for everyone that's involved that it does. But all we're doing is just showing these key levels of support. If it was to break down any further, okay, and run out of that steam, you can see it's got through. That's good. So what you need to do now to see that it's got through, okay, is it gets through. This particular candle is open at 9 o'clock, and I'm recording this at what's time now? 2 hours 45 minutes to go. To see this candle close above this previous high would be really good for win, for continuation, okay? Because what you can do, you can lay a future price prediction down on that as well, and I'll do that for you now as well, actually. So you got the high, okay, to the previous swing low like that, and that gives you a price prediction just there, okay? Because you see this is impulsive move up, corrective move down, another impulsive move up, and he's forming this corrective move now. You may have bottomed out where that wick is there, okay, and you may be starting to form that next impulsive wave, and that next impulsive wave could see you go up to that level there, okay, which is just there, which is 0.03268. So, you know, if you were to see yourself get through and you're forming this next impulsive wave and it was as big as this one, because this, what we've just measured is this one, okay? If it was as big as this one and you started to march up towards that level there, you could potentially be looking at a whopping 47% trade there for win. So do target that. I've given you some predictions there, and I've given you some breakdown targets. Like I say, we try to be very thorough in this channel and try to sort of tell you exactly what's going on and stuff with the space as well. But so far so good. It's a very bullish project indeed, okay, and it's looking really strong for a level of consolidation and potential more upside there for win. Do take care, have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.